tell me a bit about yourself and what got you interested in fantasy and role-playing games?
My name is Mike, or Michael, or Mick. You'll hear all three from this group. But so I work in the private sector, working in kind of an IT risk-related role, and just getting into the game with these guys was really. Actually, I think I'd like to take credit for getting all of these guys together because I started playing a few weeks before them, so they should all be thanking me for this.
Absolutely. So who or what are some of your biggest influences?
I'd say myself. No, I'm kidding. I was really into like video games a lot, so I would say most draw from that. I'd say probably favorite genre would be RPG games. Really started off with like the Final Fantasy series, which really got me into that fantasy role and stuff like that. And then I moved on to just online games with massive multiplayer online games like that.
All right, awesome. So how long have you been playing D&D for, and what is your favorite thing about it?
I think we're getting close to 3 years now.
Okay.
I started a campaign with my cousin. Well, he had one going and they invited me along. So it was my first foray into trying D&D. So I learned it with them, very quickly picked up on the rules, because it's like, that's one thing I'm really into. So I memorized, learned a lot of those really fast. Faster than them, so I started, I joined, and within a few sessions with them, I already knew more rules than them.
Okay, cool.
And they had just converted over from 3.5 and started 5th edition, so I think that's kind of what gave me an edge, but I just jumped right in and loved it ever since.
All right, awesome. So if you had an opportunity to convince somebody to play that never has, what would you say?
I think anyone should give it a try. Don't think it's something just that, the stigma of it's nerds sitting in the basement doing it, because it's really not. You can do whatever, you can make it whatever you want it to be. If fantasy's not your thing, these type of role-playing games have other settings too, so you can even find something that you might be more interested than maybe just the fantasy arc that D&D has, but there's other settings that I think are great too, so I think if you have the smallest inkling that you want to try it, just go ahead and do it.
Go for it. All right, and who did you play in Campaign 1, and what was your class, race, and role, and why?
So keeping up with how things have gone so far in this campaign, I also had 2 characters in Campaign 1. My first was Saith. He was a Fey elf, arcane archer. He lasted much longer than my first character of this campaign, but partway in he did die, and I started a second character, Drac, who was a dragonborn barbarian.
Okay. What are your hopes for your character in this campaign in comparison to the first campaign?
So originally my hopes were that he would live, and that didn't come true, first night, second night, whichever one it was. I think they all blur together at this point. But at least now with this character, with Tanaki, who I am playing now, is to build up a interesting backstory that can evolve as the story that we tell goes on, and that there's different things part of that the players and the people I'm playing with also discover, so we can kind of keep secrets, surprise each other, and keep it interesting in that way.
All right, awesome. And what was your favorite moment from the first campaign, and why?
Oh, that's a tough one, because there was honestly a lot of good moments. But I would say probably my favorite was just the pure amount of damage that I could pump out as Drac. It's something very satisfying when you're rolling a whole handful of dice and they all have a pretty high number, so you can add it up, and it's just amazing. You almost feel like you accomplished something. You rolled some dice, but even playing that, getting into character, you feel like you accomplished something.
All right, awesome. Do you feel as though it's a big commitment playing D&D regularly? And if so, was it difficult for you to jump into?
No, I think it's an easy commitment for us. I think we do once a week, but I think it's one of those games where you could do it every other week, once a month, even if people's time, if that's what they need to do. But it's easy to set aside time. Sessions don't even have to be as long as what we do. They can be shorter, longer, whatever you need, and it's just It's like any other thing going out with your friends.
Right, just a
We
commitment.
make time. We make time.
Yeah,
If you want to do it, you'll make time to do it.
Awesome. Thanks, Mick.
Thank you.